So remember in my Halo 3 video I said, now it's not even my favorite Halo game. Well, that's because of this masterpiece right here named Halo Reach. In my opinion, this game is peak Halo, and I don't mean just the game. The community was also amazing, putting out funny content consistently. I mean, who here remembers Achievement Hunter Horse? Just me? Okay. It was also very sad because in many people's opinion, this was the last good Halo game. It was also the last Halo game developed by Bungie, but that's not to say it wasn't without its controversy. I'll get into that more later in the video, but let's just jump right into the campaign. The game starts with a wide shot of Reach, and it's just fucked up from the Covenant glassing it, and it slowly pans down to reveal a busted Spartan helmet. And at this point, you should know that this isn't like any other Halo game. Then you see your guy put on that helmet, so that doesn't bode well for him. Reach is a prequel to Halo CE, taking place about 2 months before. You see your guy hop out of the Warthog, and he actually wears your multiplayer armor, which is actually really dope. You walk into this room, and this robot lady stops you. Now you meet Noble Team. There's Carter, Noble 1, the leader, Kat, Noble 2, the brains of the operation, and the robot lady I mentioned earlier.
I will fuck the shit out of that robot.
June, Noble 3, who's a master marksman and being a loner outside. Emil, Noble 4, who's a close quarters expert. And George, Noble 5, who's basically Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Your guy is replacing Noble 6, who's apparently a lone wolf. The Colonel then gives you a mission to restore a comms relay that they think has been destroyed by some rebels, but spoiler alert, it's not. You land in the Falcon to head to a distress beacon. It's useless, so you move on, and I murder some ostriches. Call PETA, I don't fucking care. You move through this building and see some civilians, and yes, you can kill them, but it also kills you, so there you go. Bro basically starts yapping while giving no useful info whatsoever, and here's where the controversy starts. Some Halo fans, not all, think that sprint has no place in Halo, but not only that, you have a variety of equipment to use in short bursts, like the sprint only lasts like 5 seconds, but the main complaint was in the multiplayer. There's an ability called Armor Lock, which pretty much makes you invincible for around 5 seconds, which is pretty problematic. I mean, nothing can kill you, not nades, rockets, or even a fucking tank crushing you. Back in the campaign, you reach this building where there's Marines like hung up and shit. You look out the window and see some Covenant. It's a surprise since Reach is one of humanity's greatest colonies, and to have Covenant on it without knowing is fucking crazy. You fight in this field, and you got the classic enemies, grunts, jackals, and elites, you know? But you also got this new guy called the Skirmisher, who's basically a fast-moving jackal without a shield. They're pretty goddamn annoying. I get shit on in this field, but after that, Noble Team splits up, and you, Carter, and George continue on foot. Or I guess car. Yo, look at George on the back like an actual beast. You clear out a couple buildings till you get a signal of some Marines. So now you have to defend the area till evac arrives. Now there's this new mechanic called assassinations where if you melee most enemies from behind, it'll play the sick animation. You hop on the Falcon and head towards the comms array. Of course, when you get there, there's a fuck ton of Covenant outside. Kat starts fucking with the door trying to get it to close. So now you have to defend the area. Oh, also my favorite weapon in Halo history is in this game, the DMR. It's a scope precision rifle and it's just a ton of fun to use. Kat gets the door closed and you head deeper into the building. You got this night vision which kind of sucks, but it's necessary for dark areas. You reach an injured Marine and a dead civilian, and Kat snatches this thing out of my hand.
What's
the status? Over! We've been engaged!
A cool little detail is that George actually noticed the elite before it even dropped. Pretty goated. Now you and George go hunt down the elites. You reach the last room and this elite tries to charge me with the energy sword. Does he even know who I am? You reset a junction for Kat and a cutscene plays where Kat flexes her brain and muscles on Carter.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
No one likes a know-it-all, bitch. Emil and George also seems to butt heads pretty often, with George being more sympathetic and Emil being more of a cold suit of armor. Carter then talks to the Colonel and tells him the Covenant are on Reach. Then the mission ends. God, that was a long one. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The opening was cool, you got to meet Noble Team for the first time, and of course the music and combat are classic. The only complaint I had was the defense sections. I mean, 2 in 1 mission, and that being the opening mission, that kind of sucks. Your mission is to enter and secure Oni's sword base, so the Falcon drops you and Kat off. You start fighting in this area and man, this game's graphics still hold up today. It doesn't have that timeless cartoon look that the trilogy have, it's more realistic and gritty and I love it. You pick up this target locator and can use it to shit on these wraiths outside. The elites must have been looking up like this. You grab a Warthog and have 2 objectives to take down. The one I choose first is to activate this AA gun. You just head up to the roof and hit a button. Boom, it's done. Now you have to head east to activate this comms array. This is when you see the Revenant for the first time, and I'm not talking about the movie. It's kind of like a mini Wraith, but way faster. You also get introduced to the Suicide Grunts that shit on me. They might have been in Halo 3, but I'm not too sure. Either way, they're way more active in this game. You activate this button, and now you gotta go on the other side and activate another button. Honestly, some hard work. You see some nice glaciers and head back to the sword base. And this is when I get shit on by a Revenant. I'm glad that the chopper's ability made it into the game, even though the chopper itself didn't. You fight in the courtyard some more and head into this garage area. This is where you fight some hunters, and there's still a massive pushover. Like, it's dead ass getting embarrassing, dog. You head up this elevator and need to fight your way to the top floor. Luckily, you got George to assist you. Once at the top, you grab a rocket launcher and start helping Emil take out Banshees. After you clear the skies, you see this Covenant carrier get shit on by a massive missile or fucking laser beam. I don't even know what it was. Then Noble Team has to report to the scientist named Halsey, who's not only George's mom, but also the creator of the Spartan program. Honestly, there's a lot of yapping in this cutscene, but the keynotes are that Kat gets in trouble for stealing that thing she snatched away from you. That's pretty much it. The mission ends. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. There's nothing really wrong with this mission, but there's just way better missions in this game that this one kind of just falls flat. You and June are ordered to scout the enemy's position and see what kind of stronghold they have set up. This part is pretty cool where you're walking along the edge of a cliff. You and June split up and start searching for enemies. You see this dumbass with his back turned, so you know how to slice him up. Thank God that the stealth is optional because I would not have the patience for all that shit. You find some buildings and shit on some more Covenant. Oh, and they gave me a sniper, so you already know, dude. Also, you know how I said the chopper is my favorite vehicle? Nah, it's actually the forklift for obvious reasons. After fighting some more Covenant, you see probably the weirdest enemy in all of Halo. This fucking weird ass sloth thing, and honestly I fucking panic when they start charging at me, but a couple of rounds of buckshot puts them down. You head down this cavern and hear shooting. You reach the fighting and it turns out it's the local rebels fighting the Covenant, so you help them out. Now you have to defend this area for a bit, but luckily they stole a bunch of military equipment first. Wait, what's that guy's name? After the Covenant is dealt with, the civilians take you along a riverbed that leads to some hydro plant, and here's where you find the Covenant jammers, so June plans to blow it. But first you have to clear the area. While you're defending June, some hunters drop in, and now it's time for the biggest fight of the year. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a tie for now. At this point, I thought my game was glitched or something because June wasn't planting the bombs. I even killed myself hoping to fix it, but it didn't work. Then I walk around the map for like 10 minutes and I find this little fucking rat sitting in the back. And once I kill him, the mission continues. You leave the area and have to fight through this cool canyon. And I've been playing this game for like 10 years. And right here is where I find out that the bubble shield actually heals your health. So it's definitely the best equipment in the game. You reach the end of the canyon and stealth crawl your way to this ledge where you see 3 Covenant spires. Then the mission ends. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was technically a stealth mission, but stealth was optional, so that's always a W. My nitpick with this level is that it was dark as fuck and you need the night vision. But like I said, that's a nitpick.
It appears that Noble Team's discovery last night was not an anomaly.
This mission takes place a few hours after the last one, and this dope-ass scene with 2 massive armies going head-to-head is awesome. Of course, you're at the front, and the bridge gets blown, so you jump it.
Incoming!
Might want to hold on to something.
Oh shit, nigga!
But some Marines aren't so lucky. You start fighting and this is where you get the grenade launcher, which also has an EMP effect. I get shit on by a fuel rod turret, which is annoying, but a Pelican drops a rocket hog, and your objective is to take out this AA gun. I get outsmarted by this fucking AI real quick, but then I just walk inside, break the shield, and launch a nade into the core, and it causes a really nice explosion. Now you just got advanced into enemy territory. Eventually you reach a mining facility and hop out to secure it. Carter says there's a Zealot class elite here, so you take him out and move on. And actually all the Covenant don't speak English like they did in the other games. I'm assuming there's a lore reason why, or maybe they just wanted to add to the realism. You get to drive a Revenant and shit on some Wraiths, and to be honest, it's better in like every single way. You have to destroy another AA gun, but this time it's guarded by hunters, and these fuckers take like 200 Revenant shots to kill. You defend the area till a Falcon comes and picks you up to take you to the spire, and good old George is with you. This part is a turret section, and you get a semi-automatic grenade launcher, which you can just spam and shit on everything. You reach the spire, but it's guarded in a massive EMP force field, so George says YOLO.
We just lost all power. We're going down.
Look your armor, Spartan!
Brace for a hard landing.
The Marines got shit on, so now it's just you and George. You start heading towards the spire, and this is where you could use a jetpack, but it's pretty fucking useless. You kill some Covenant and head up this cool gravity lift thing. You clear the area and drop the force field. Then you do the sick-ass Michael Bay jump, and George just catches you. Then a frigate shits on the spire, so W.
Now, somebody tell me this ain't happening.
Yep, that is a Covenant supercarrier, and it's fucking massive. Then the mission ends. Honestly, one of the best missions in the game. The only bad part was the turret section, but that only lasts for like 45 seconds, like me, so I'll give this one a 9 out of 10.
Our foe is more devious than we imagined.
This mission starts with Noble Team planning what to do next. Kat then convinces Carter to use her plan, which is basically use a homemade nuke in order to destroy the supercarrier. But to do that, you need a highly secret Oni spaceship called the Saber, one that you conveniently know how to fly. You reach the launch facility, and of course, it's being attacked by the Covenant. You fight up the beach like it's D-Day and reach the facility. Once inside, you see a ton of dead Marines, and you also see the Saber. You and George board the Saber and launch that shit into space. Now you get to fly the Saber. You got machine guns and rockets. You can also do a dodge move, which is kind of useless, but now you have to defend Anchor 9 until they get their defenses back up. The Banshees die in like one bullet, but these bitch-ass Seraphs have shields that you have to take out. Then you launch a missile at them. After fighting for a while, you dock, and George makes a space jump to the Pelican that has the bomb on it. Yo, what if he missed though? You and the ship named the Savannah head to the smaller carrier because we need it to get to the massive one. You take out the engines and land on top and head inside, killing bitches. You reach his hangar and let George in with the bomb. Now you gotta lead some Marines to the bridge in order to navigate the ship to the supercarrier. You walk through the halls while killing elites until you reach the bridge. You start fighting, and I almost get shit on by this grunt. You hit the button and run back to the hangar. Now you have to defend the area until you reach the supercarrier. It's only for about 5 minutes, so it's not that bad. Unfortunately, the doors are jammed, so no way back to the Saber. So George says the only way off this joint is to jump to the surface of the fucking planet. Bad news is, George has to stay behind to manually activate the bomb. Then he picks you up like a little fucking toy and chucks you off the ship. You see the bomb go off, and it actually worked. George basically won the war.
Slip space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
Covenant signatures.
Slip space
Is anyone
rupture
else?
detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip space rupture detected.
Oh shit. Then the mission ends. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The Saber part was cool, but the fighting in space lasted a little bit long. Somehow, Noble 6 deadass survived the fall from space and got up with nothing more than a sprained ankle. I guess he's just got that dog in him. He walks to the nearest city, New Alexandria, with George's tags in hand. You start sneaking around, and right now, your only objective is to find friendly forces. This is when you see just a ton of dead civilians, something that you've never seen in any other Halo game before. You see some grunts, and they just fucking suicide, and all you got is this shitty plasma pistol. You get outside and see the brutes for the first time. And fun fact, Halo Reach is the only Halo game with every enemy type, so that's pretty cool. You head to this atrium elevator to evacuate the civilians, and now you have to hold out for a bit. The only complaint I have is that the brutes don't go apeshit whenever you do enough damage to them, which is kind of a disappointment. The elevator arrives, and I say fuck the civilians, and I take it first. You reach this crazy area where there are ODSTs, so you grab a jetpack and start jumping through the area. Legit, the only time the jetpack is ever useful. You fight through this cargo area and reach this outside area, which is a really cool place to fight in. You eventually reach this helipad and get picked up by a Falcon. Now you have a turret section, which you shoot ground forces as well as Banshees. You reach this open area and see this civilian transport with like 300 people on it get shot down. God damn. You hop off, and now I have to arm 2 missile batteries. This area is pretty cool since it's open and there's a variety of enemies and vehicles you can play around with. You arm the 2 batteries and head back inside to activate them. A cutscene plays where the missiles shoot down a carrier, and Kat contacts 6 saying they're coming to pick you up. Then the mission ends. I give it a 9 out of 10. Fighting in the city was really cool, and it had a good variety of objectives and areas. Also, this ain't like Halo 3, dog. People be dying. The mission starts with 6 just staring at the city and saying nothing. Just quiet. Once you touch down, Carter's there, and you tell him what happened to George.
Good to have you back. Sorry I came alone. Make him proud.
But you hop in the Pelican, and now you have to destroy comm jammers that the Covenant has placed. The first area you head to is a hospital, when you see this whole ass building collapse. You land at the hospital and head inside. You clear the area of Covenant and walk down this long corridor. The jammer's on the other side, so you just hold F on it and it explodes. On your way back, there's these annoying ass elites with jetpacks. They're a real pain in the ass. Just let me fucking punch you, dude. You jump back into the Falcon and head over to this rooftop in order to help out these Marines. On your way over there, you see the carrier start glassing the planet. You take out 5 snipers, and that's pretty much it. Now you have to head to the telecom comm tower to help Marines out and take out another jammer. So you can see it's getting a bit repetitive. Once inside, you pretty much do the same thing, kill Covenant, but this time it includes hunters. Before I leave, one of these hunters just does the nastiest overhead slam you'll ever see. You head back to the Falcon and get a call from Sergeant Buck from ODST asking for support. It's kind of like an escort mission where you just defend him from banshees the whole time. Kind of annoying. But now you have to destroy the last jammer. So again, you head over, land, kill any Covenant outside, and you take the elevator up. You destroy the jammer, but something just doesn't feel right.
Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells. Smelly. Anchovies.
Why?
Anchovies!
But I'm a G and get out of there alive. You head back to the Falcon for the last time and now have to defend the Oni building by destroying these shade turrets. After that, you land and a cutscene plays where the team mourns George. Then Kat gets a radio call from Colonel Holland. Carter takes it and then...
Airborne. Close.
How close?
That close!
Now the team has to get to a fallout bunker and Carter says they have orders to go back to Sword Base and torch the place.
Where does he get off calling a demolition a priority one?
Damn. Guess she had no shields. Then the mission ends with a cutscene of what's left the Noble team getting picked up. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Some parts got a little repetitive, but the areas were fun to fight in. This mission, you're back at Sword Base. Yeah, remember that place with all the snow and glaciers? Well, the Covenant has melted all the glaciers and all that's left is a ton of water and ash. Your objective is to destroy 2 Covenant anti-air towers, and to help you do that is this tank that's conveniently still intact. You reach the AA guns and you can just shoot the gun and destroy them. It does take like 20 rounds, but if you're lazy like me and don't want to get out of the tank, it's good. You head to the gate and get a feeling of deja vu. You start fighting in the courtyard and in the garage again, but instead of taking the elevator up like last time, you take this door which leads to this weird looking room. You head up and reach the coordinates that the AI is sending you to. You see a bunch of dead Marines that look like they died defending this position. Then some unknown AI gives you new coordinates. The secret door opens and the team enters. Then they see this tram and it takes them underground to this crazy ass place under the glacier that looks like it's that one place from Skyrim. It also has some type of Forerunner artifact in it. Dr. Halsey tells you on the tram that she needs you to deliver a package to a secure location. Just send it through the mail, dumb bitch. Now here's the shitty part. You legit have to play tower defense. You have 4 different turrets to help you kill the Covenant. In my opinion, this part seems kinda lazy, and not to mention it lasts fucking forever. Like nearly 10 minutes of defending this fucking door. It's a real low point in the campaign in my opinion. Once inside, you see this weird ass area that looks like it's on someone's head or something. She gives you the package, which is in fact Cortana, and then they tug on the nostalgia strings a bit. She then gives you the package.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Say the words, please.
Yes, I fucking have it. Now let go! Then the mission ends with us splitting up from June, and that's the last time we ever see him. But he isn't dead. Honestly, I don't know what happens to him since I haven't read the books. So all that's left of Noble Team is Carter, Emil, and Six. I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. Easily my least favorite mission gameplay-wise, but story-wise it was good. It was pretty cool seeing Cortana also.
Noble Leader, seek immediate medical attention. Noble Leader, please respond.
This mission has Banshees tearing up the Pelican and Carter is fucked up. They aren't gonna make it in the air, so Six and Emil jump off the back, leaving Carter to draw the Covenant away. Now you have to head there on foot, and there's an achievement here where you have to jump off and assassinate an elite, but my dumbass gets a grunt instead. You and Emil jump on a mongoose, and you have to drive through this cool part where 2 scarabs come out of nowhere. I think one of the missteps with this campaign is that it doesn't have a scarab fight, since there was such a cool part about Halo 3. You jump this bridge and have to continue on foot. Y'all see me land that shit though? You fight some more Covenant and head into the caves where a scarab blocks your path.
No, you can't. Not without help.
Commander, you don't have the firepower.
I've got the map.
Solid copy. Hit 'em on, boys.
You're on your own, Noble. Carter out.
Yo, rest in peace, Carter, man. After fighting more of those annoying ass drones, you reach the shipyard, and the goat, Captain Keyes, calls you saying,
Proceed to dry dock, platform D.
So you fight like hell to reach it, going through warehouses and foundries. I mean, you know I have to try it, right? I honestly don't know what else I expected there. You reach the dry dock and you and Emil split up. You wait down there for Keys and he grabs a big ass cannon to defend you from aerial attacks. Now you have to hold out for like 5 minutes till Keys shows up. You give him Cortana and are about to leave when you start getting shot at.
Who's next? I'm ready! How about you?
Now instead of going with them, you have to man the cannon. Rest in peace, Emil, man. You head up and tear your way through a bunch of Covenant. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the elites you kill here are the same elites from the beginning, the ones that were tasked with hunting down Noble Team. You see Emil's body at the top and you start taking out phantoms with the gun, until you take a shot at the carrier, which shits on it. Then the Pillar of Autumn takes off without you. I mean, couldn't they have sent a pelican down for me or something? Like, damn. The mission ends with the opening of Halo CE, which is a nice touch. And even though 343 removed it from the Master Chief Collection, Bungie left a nice letter for the players at the end, just confirming that this game was a love letter to the fans. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It would be higher, but that holdout section at the end kinda sucked. Okay, so what do we gotta do? Like find a pelican or escape or something? Oh wait, what the fuck? Okay, I guess your only objective is to survive. You can walk around the battlefield and see tons of dead Spartans everywhere, something you don't see in any other Halo game. Since Spartans don't die, they only go missing in action. After taking enough damage, your visor will start to crack, and if it cracks too much, then... Damn, you see 6 getting jumped by like 20 elites, but eventually he dies. The game ends with an awesome monologue from Halsey. I'll give this mission a 10 out of 10. Seeing Noble 6, the lone wolf's death like this, is top tier gaming and will forever be cemented as one of the best missions in gaming. Damn. This campaign is fucking awesome. Everything from the enemy designs to the music to the art style is so good. There's no doubt in my mind that this is my favorite Halo game. And also the symbolism with all of Noble Team's deaths. You got Carter, the captain, who goes down with the ship. Kat, the brains of the group, gets fucking headshotted. Emil, the close quarter guy, gets stabbed by an energy sword. George, the heavy weapons guy, gets nuked. And of course 6, the lone wolf, dying by himself. And still, even while disarmed, he kept fighting. Told you, man, he's got that dog in him. I'll give this campaign a 9.5 out of 10. And yes, I'm ranking it higher than Halo 3 because Cortana didn't stop me every 5 goddamn seconds to tell me what she had for breakfast. Now the controversy begins. The multiplayer. Now this was the start of a lot of bullshit. Loadouts for starters. While you couldn't customize them fully, this was a stepping stone to some dumbass shit in later Halos. Then you have Spartan abilities, which you can tell that these were prototypes for the Destiny abilities. I don't know what it is with some of the Halo community and sprinting, but they do not like it. But other than that, the multiplayer was amazing. It had one of the best progression systems of all time, and an in-game working combat record. Not to mention theater mode and screenshots, all of which you can upload to your file share. It also brought back and even enhanced Forge and Firefight, with people making some crazy ass game modes and maps with Forge. This game definitely gets a god tier from KFC. But anyway guys, that was my review of Halo Reach. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.